Hey guys, today is October 2nd. It's a Monday and I'm here just to clean, and then also we got our hoodie orders in. So I'm going to put them all out on the table with all of the students' names on them, whoever ordered that. And then also we've got testing, not this coming Saturday, but the next. So this video, I'm gonna kind of take you through the whole process of getting ready for testing. But first we've got to clean and get these hoodies out.
Hi, crime junkies.
All right, so we've got all different color hoodies here. We also did some t-shirts for our staff because the staff members wear black shirts. So I'm gonna get all of these folded up and ready to go.
Okay,
I just got done cleaning and putting all of the hoodies out and ready for the students, and now we're gonna head home. We've got about an hour until I have to head back over here, so I'm pretty much just dropping Tarzan off, changing, and then coming back over here for classes tonight. One more thing that I was gonna mention is I think this is the first year that we've ever gotten our hoodies in and it hasn't been cool enough to wear them. So it's still 80 degrees here in October. This is a very long summer. Normally I can wear my hoodie the first day it comes in and show it off and it's really exciting, but I think we've still got at least another couple of weeks until it's hoodie weather. But at least all of the students will have them when that time hits. Hey guys, so now it's the next Monday. I'm back here cleaning again, and it's amazing how quickly things change. So last Monday I was telling you guys that we were giving out hoodies and it was 80 degrees, and that's not hoodie weather obviously. And this Monday, so today, I woke up and it was in the 50s. So it is hoodie weather now, and that happened actually a couple of days ago. So within the week it has turned from summer to fall, and now we get to wear our hoodies, so that's good. But it is testing week now, so I'm gonna show you guys kind of what I do to get ready for testing week throughout the week. I already went on Friday to our supplier to pick up belts. I also picked up boards, and then a couple of uniforms that we needed as well. So one thing I did differently this go around with testing invitations is I consolidated the invitation part down to this bit that used to take up the whole page. And then I added an RSVP that they have to turn in. So this is so that we know they're coming to the test and that we can charge their card. I used to have to like run down payments at the last minute because a lot of people thought that we would automatically charge their card, but we don't do that because we don't like to assume that people are okay with us charging their card, because that could cause a lot of problems. So we want them to actually tell us, hey, it's okay to charge for testing fees. And then also I put a date here to try to return it to the office by that date so that I can start planning. The reason that I need to know who is coming to the test ahead of time is so that I can start planning. A lot of that planning has to do with who's partnered together. Obviously the lineup, because we want them all in rank order. I put the belts in rank order, so if we didn't line them up correctly, they'd be getting the wrong belt, the wrong size, everything like that, and it would be a lot more of a hassle for us. We run 3 tests on test day. We have Little Dragons, we have Junior Taekwondo, and then Advanced Junior Taekwondo and Teens and Adults. So pretty much our 3rd test is anybody who has to spar, which for us is testing for blue belt and above, they have to spar. If they're in the 2nd test, they don't have to spar. So that's kind of where we make that cutoff there. But anyways, I have to know who's coming so that I can write out who's gonna be partners with each other, where those partners are gonna go. We call it staging. So you're staging the test, where people are gonna stand, and then I get the belts ready, make sure we've got all of the right sizes and everything like that. So I'm trying to get people to turn that in about a week and a half early. I put that date so that maybe I'll actually have everybody's by a week ahead of time and I can start planning Monday for a Saturday test. The way that we determine who's going to test is I go through everybody's attendance and make sure that they have hit our attendance requirements to make that test. Then I just write out a whole sheet long of everybody who attendance-wise is able to test. And then I take that to Louise, my husband, who is the head instructor, and he kind of crosses off students that maybe aren't getting their material or aren't acting well in class or anything like that. Me and him both start kind of crossing people off. So that list gets smaller. And then we make a list of people that we're inviting to test, but then a lot of the time, maybe they don't show up the like 3 weeks that we're giving out invitations or something like that. It just so happened this time that one of those weeks was a school break, so a lot of people were on vacation. So at a certain point, we cut off giving out invitations. There's normally, I think this time there were like 3 people that didn't get it that we intended to get it. So then they take off the list. And then some people are gonna be out of town, can't make it, have other activities, and they can do a makeup as long as they're going for like white, yellow, or sorry, as long as they're going for yellow or orange belt. We don't do makeups after that. They need to actually be at the test. So they would go off of my list as well. And then here's the list that I end up with. So I'm covering up the student names, obviously, but we've got, this is our little dragons, the belt that they're going to, and their size, and then that second test, that's at 11 a.m., and then the third test, that's at 12:30. Hey Tarzan, you ready to go home? All right, we are headed home. It is about 3 o'clock and I've got to be back here at 4:45 for classes, so I'm dropping Tarzan off, eating some lunch pretty late, and then headed back over here. And I'll, like I said, take you guys through this week of getting prepared for testing. Okay, it's the Friday night before the test and it's about 9:16. We just finished up with classes and I've been getting ready for the test for the last couple of hours, but I'm gonna show you what I've put together and then kind of my last minute touches before we head home for the night and then come back for the test tomorrow. So for each one of the 3 tests, I fill out this. So this is kind of the staging of where they're going to stand at the beginning and at the end of the test. So we have 5 spots. If the test is big enough, we use all 5. If it's not, we just use 4 to make it look a little bit nicer and not be kind of as spread out. So I put the name of the student in the box and then what belt rank they're going to underneath. So at the end of the test, all of these are in order with the belts that are on the table, and I'm able to call out, being promoted to whatever rank and then their name. For the junior test and the teen and adult test, I have this as well. So this is for 1 steps in self-defense. I put like a little dot and then the students' names that I'm gonna pair up. So these pairings pretty much are, we try to keep siblings apart and people that don't work well together apart, and then put people that do work well together, and then make sure they're spread out on the floor. Then for each test, I've got piles of certificates and they have their new requirements paperclip to them, and then also if they're getting a rank where they now need to spar, they have a letter that explains that paperclip to them. And then here I've got the 2 things that I just showed you, and then the planner, and then I've got all the grading sheets that we're gonna need for that test. Here we go. And then I set up all of the belts like this. So these are all 3 tests combined. I've set that up so that I can take a picture and I post it on Instagram and Facebook. I like doing that, 1, to get the students pumped up for the test, and then 2, also I feel like it'll be fun to go and scroll back through our social media posts in a couple of years and see how big the tests have grown. Because I know our first test, which I actually made a video of, you can scroll back through and see it a couple of years ago, we only had 4 students testing. So we've grown a lot, and I want to continue to see that progress. Now I put the belts together in order in the office, and they're on this tray so that we can easily carry them out when it's time for the students to receive their belts. And these are in order based off of where the students are standing, and then the certificates are in order, same order as the belts. So it's easy. You pick up a belt, that's the certificate, that's the student. It's all easy. So this is the 11 o'clock test. Everything goes on top of it. We've got one test before it, which is the little dragons. There's only 5 of them, so it's pretty simple right over here. Then this is ready to go for the next test. Then I'm going to put these in order for our 12:30 test. All right, we've got our chairs out here, and then also behind me, we've got our blue mats here that we also put out for the parents and grandparents and everybody who come to sit out and watch the students test for their next belt. And it's about 10 o'clock at night. I think we are ready, so we're gonna head home and then be back here at about 9 o'clock in the morning for testing. Hey guys, so it's the Monday after the test, and I am here at Iron Dragon to clean up and make sure everything looks good for regular classes tonight. So testing days normally make the school pretty dirty because a lot more people than regular come in and out. We also don't make the parents and all of the spectators take their shoes off. So there's just a lot of stuff on the mats, and then also have to clean up the tables and chairs and everything like that. So this takes me a little bit longer than a normal cleaning day, but that's okay. And then also after the test, the only other paperwork stuff that I do for the test is I make any changes to planners that Louise or I wanted during the test. So we take notes, and I think we've got a couple of changes this time that we're gonna make for the next test. And then also I go into My Studio, which is the software that we use that keeps track of all of our billing information and then also all of the students, and I change all of the ranks. And then I also have an Excel spreadsheet that keeps track of all of our students, and that's just, for me personally, My Studio does a good job, but I kind of want it to look a little bit different. So I go in and change all of the ranks there as well. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and enjoyed kind of watching what goes into our testing process. We do test quarterly, so we have 4 tests per year. I've seen schools test differently. They do, I've seen testing throughout the week, and then maybe an award or belt ceremony on Friday or Saturday. I've seen people test like we do, but test every other month, which I think just kind of has to do with how many students you have as to how often you need to test. So we might get to that point at some point, but we're not there right now. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.